Hi guys, this is Noix. How you guys doing? uh, let me just, I just want to put this way in a perspective. I went to go see the Superman movie, the new movie, and I'm going to explain based on this movie. Now there will be spoilers. If you have been warned, I will tell you that if you guys don't like spoilers, then I'm sorry. And then I just wanted to say how I personally feel based on overall, based into the movie, based on itself. And and to be honest with you, I would personally say the movie was disappointing. To me, I think it really was. To me, I definitely think it really was. And I will go over with numbers of reasons why I think the movie was disappointing, right, actually. Now, for one, the actor who plays Superman, I thought it was a very good choice pick, basically for somebody to be to play as Superman, which I definitely think that was a very good pick. To me, I thought that they could really actually look to be kind of basically kind of good and stuff like that. When I first saw the trailer, I was going like, wow, okay, this looks really good, and I was going like, wow, I gotta go see this, but I will explain why I'm disappointed basically in this movie. I definitely will say this, but I think the guy who plays Superman was a very good actor to me who plays Superman. I definitely think so. I will admit that. I definitely do think there's some elements. I think that was just off basically with his character playing that Superman, because seeing Superman take an L for the first time that you would never really basically see when it comes to superheroes, because I personally will definitely say that superheroes are not perfect. They're not perfect. They have their flaws. They have a lot of different things that they probably don't basically that they want to recognize or anything like that. But what I mean basis that take as for instance Spider-Man. I know Spider-Man's weakness. I definitely do think so. I think Spider-Man's weakness is probably his girlfriend. Basically, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Peter Parker with what's her name? Basis name. I'm not the biggest fan of her. I really don't care for her yet because all the screaming. I really do not care for that. I really did not. And stuff like that. Because somebody just Mary Jane or something like that. It just basically with her and stuff like that. I didn't care for that. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. That's what I definitely think. Tobey Maguire, yeah, he was a very good Spider-Man in my terminal and stuff like that. But I think that the Superman movie was okay, but it was disappointing. I think this is some different aspects. I think that Superman was just basically more of a Superman basic kind of character. I felt like that we really don't get to see him really that much when it comes to action, because I think that the action based overall in the movie was kind of light. I would figure it would be more based of a heavy fighting situation into a movie. That's something I really would like to see, but you really don't get to see that really based that much based in the movie. So I think that basically that's just based on my opinion. Based on my opinion. Now the CGI was very good. I think it was definitely good, but I think the CGI was kind of over a little too much. I think they pushed it way too much. That's what I definitely do think. Now, number two, I definitely want to talk about Lois Lane. Now, this is a character based off Lois Lane. I definitely think I didn't care for it really all that much. That's just my opinion. Yes, the actress seems like she's very beautiful, she's very cute and stuff like that. But personally, I would definitely say I'm very disappointed the way the woman to play as Lois Lane. I think that to be in my own view is that I don't see her basically being like basically she's kind of like a not a poetic basic kind of person. She's basically kind of like a person that is just kind of like she's kind of agitating, and she's not really acting in a way as Lois Lane. It's like she doubts Superman and stuff like that. So sometimes you really do see that, but sometimes you really don't. Because when you watch like some of the cartoon series or some of the Superman shows, you'll see sometimes that she probably will argue with Superman, but not really all that base really definitely too much. I think that the base of the character base for her as Lois Lane, her playing as Lois Lane was, I think, was kind of the weakest base of the point base in the movie. That's just my opinion because I didn't like the fighting and the bickering and stuff like that with Superman, like doubted him and stuff like that because I figured that she'd be more a supportive base of Superman because you really don't see that base really all that much in that film. Feel free to argue with me basically with that, but that's just what I definitely do think. That's what I definitely do think. I just think that the acting of her was just not really that great. That's just my opinion. That's what I definitely do think. Number three, Crypto, basically the dog. It was good to see Superman basically with his pet, or I would say his dog, or I would say the family pretty much gave him the dog, pretty much, which basically his mom and dad from the planet where he came from. Now, also one thing I want people to really also keep in mind. This is just a note for people to really understand. Here is basically that Superman addressed it himself that he's not just an alien, that he's just a human being, which I think that is a good thing to me. I definitely do think so because he's acknowledging not just because he's an alien, but just acknowledging that he has flaws and basically stuff like that. I do like the aspect basically of that. That's something I definitely do like. That's just my opinion. That's basically what I definitely do think. Now, Crypto, basically the dog, he's just acting like a normal kind of dog. But I think the dog was basically way too much over hyperactive. Too much. I definitely do think so. That I definitely do think that the dog was just basically kind of all over the place because usually Crypto is pretty much obedient based kind of dog because I don't know the lore about Crypto really all that much because I really don't know. And to be honest with you, I think Crypto based on the dog based for himself, from what I see here, I think he's just kind of overreacted basic kind of dog. And I definitely do understand that some people will probably say dogs are basically kind of like that, but I kind of want to say it's not disappointing based as the character of the dog. It's just he was too much over hyperactive, basically in the movie. That's just what I did. That's what I definitely do think. I like the whistle call of Superman did to the Crypto, which I definitely do think that was a good thing also as well too. But one thing I'm also kind of disappointed basically in this film that you don't see Crypto really all that much basically in this film because I would like to see more action basically with Superman, but you really actually basically really don't. That's one thing I didn't care for really that much. Number four is Green Lantern. I'm not very happy with that. I'm just gonna say it right now. The Green Lantern kind of guy, the comedy aspects based off the guy, I just didn't care for really that much. I'm sorry, I don't hate the guy or anything like that. The character, I think that he's more of a serious, basic kind of a person. I definitely would like because seeing his powers and stuff like that is good. His comedy aspects of his power is good. I definitely would agree based on that. But I think the Green Lantern, to be honest with you, he would be more. Excuse me. He will be more a supporting character to Superman based in this movie. But you really don't. And to be honest with you, I don't like the way this direction how the Green Lantern was actually played based in the movie. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree with me or anything like that. But that's just what I definitely think. I think the outfit was just not right for the Green Lantern. Because they usually that he would just basically have a mask and he would dress like in black and green. That's something I would basically picture him as the Green Lantern. But it just didn't really look like the Green Lantern basic kind of guy I definitely would like basically in the film, but we really don't get to see that. But we really don't. That's just kind of the disappointing aspect, basically kind of the movie and basically stuff like that. Now, number 5 is basically, I think the best girl basically in this movie is Hawkgirl. I'm not the biggest fan of Hawkgirl, but I do like the actor who plays Hawkgirl. I think that she did a really great job playing as Hawkgirl because seeing her with the axe, because that's just the weapon that she really definitely has. Because when you see the Justice League of the series, of the cartoon series, you see how powerful that she really actually is and stuff like that, and seeing her abilities and stuff like that. But one thing I don't know that if Hawkgirl is kind of ruthless, basic kind of character. I don't know if that was done right or not. I need someone to correct me on that. I really don't think so. But I just think that she'd be more of a willing, basically more of a person that is willing to basically not to kill somebody, but just basically just turn them in and stuff like that. Now the Justice Gang, which is basically number 6, I didn't like too very well because I don't think that was not a very good appropriate of a name, because I think that definitely you think it would just be more of appropriate basically as a Justice League kind of like a situation. That's something what I definitely do think and stuff like that. Now the other guy in number 7, he's okay. The black guy, I don't know what's his name is. I think his name's Grave or Gadget or whatever his name is or something like that. I don't know. He controls technology. He's very good with technology. He knows what he's doing and stuff like that and stuff. And I kind of personally want to say here, basically that I definitely think that he was good, basically in a very good aspect, basically in the movie. I definitely think that he really was. And I really liked the acting of him because I definitely think that he was a very good supporting character, like some of the others, because of the Green Lantern. Because I just think that the Green Lantern was just not a good supporting character to Superman, because that's just not really I really like basically in the series and stuff like that. Now the Justice League movie, I don't know if I made a review for that movie or not. I may have to watch it. Now, I have not seen Superman versus Batman. Now, that's a movie I have not really seen. I've heard a lot of complaints about that movie. That is something I definitely do want to watch. But there's one thing I really would love to see, basically in my own view, in my own opinion. I would like to see more of a darker version of Superman. That's something I really would like to see. More of a not a comedy aspect, but something more in the realm like the Christian Bale kind of like a movie. Christian Bale is kind of like the movie. But I would definitely say I think the Christopher Reeve's movies were very, very good in general, in my opinion, because I definitely think that they definitely were classics, definitely were good, because they didn't have that really basic that CGI that they basically have back then. Because I think Christopher Reeve was basically a better Superman, in my opinion, than basically in this new Superman of this movie. Now, if you really want to know what personally one of my all-time favorites of the Superman, I have to say Man of Steel. The reason why I like Man of Steel, for one, it has very good symbolism. For two, I like the fact that Superman never gives up. The action pack is phenomenal. It's really good. I think it was a perfect film, in my opinion. And see more of the nature of who Superman really actually is. That's something I really definitely do like. But when you could compare it from Christopher Reeve and the Man of Steel and to this guy, the new Superman, I just didn't care for it. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. That's what I definitely think. The movie was good, but it was disappointing to me. I definitely think that the movie could have been a lot more better. That's what I definitely think. But I still prefer the Man of Steel a lot better, because the reason why I like the Man of Steel a lot better, because I like the fact that Superman was based in a church and stuff like that, and it shows the nature, like how he learns how to control his powers, and like what he's doing and stuff like that, and basically stuff. That's something I really definitely like. But however, they really did not make a Man of Steel 2, which I'm disappointed, because I really wanted to see that, because I really want to see continuation. Was there a new Superman was needed to be happen? I really don't think so, because like I said before, the legendary actor Christopher Reeve. I will definitely will say he's the best actor for Superman. In my opinion, that's what I definitely should think, because I think the classics are a lot more better than the newer Superman. Because I like the classics a lot more better because it shows more a romantic kind of way, a more of a good base story, and I really like that. But we really don't get to see that based with the new film. But when it comes to the Man of Steel, it's still my personal all-time favorite because I do like those elements and stuff like that. That where Superman he does struggle. He really does. The action pack was just good, phenomenal, and just shows how really much. But when it comes to the Christopher Reeve movies, I see the exactly same thing. But what I like about those Christopher Reeve movies is based on what him playing Superman, because like when he loses his powers, because like I remember like his parents and stuff like, you do you not know that you're risking your life, because when he decided to give up his powers, because he couldn't really, I don't know, it's hard to explain, because he couldn't really have basically both in the situation and stuff like that. Because even though Superman did admit it that he definitely was in love with Lois Lane, he definitely really was, which I definitely do take that in basically in a way. And I kind of like the fact that Superman lost his powers because he wanted to be more of a human, but he wanted to be more something else. He wanted to have a good personal relationship with Lois Lane, but we really don't get to see that basically in the newer film, because we really don't get to see that. I just don't like it really all that much. That's just my opinion. I kind of like the retro aspects when it comes to Christopher Reeve of the Superman movie, but still, I still prefer the Man of Steel a lot more better, because I definitely do think that shows the true nature who Superman really actually is. But basically in this movie, I just didn't like it really definitely didn't like it really that much. If I had to get a rating for this movie, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna give this I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. That's my opinion. That's definitely what I definitely would think. It's a good movie, but it's not really the best. I don't think so. I think that the movie was just not really handled all that well. I just don't think that it really was. I mean, feel free to debate with me with that or whatever or not. I mean, that's what I definitely do think. But, I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion. That's what I definitely do think. If I would prefer, if you guys want to watch this movie, it's up to you guys. I think it is worth watching. It is worth watching to see, but I would definitely personally say here is basically that I say look at the movie for yourself and look at the good judgment for yourself to base it onto the movie. But like I said before, I still prefer the Man of Steel and the Christopher Reeve movies, because those are the true nature who Superman really actually is. But when it comes to this movie right here, I just don't think that really was. Now, before I go ahead in this video, now we get a teacher look basically at the end of this movie, was basically you get to see Superman's cousin, basically Supergirl. That has me really kind of concerned. I'm worried about that, because the reason I'm saying this right now, I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm nervous with that. I'm not going to lie, I'm very nervous. I don't know how that's going to go. Oh boy, we'll just have to wait and see what that was going to go. But I mean, feel free to disagree with me. I mean, like I said, I've always said it many times before. I mean, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to downplay on the movie or anything like that. I'm not trying to be mean or negative or anything like that. It's just, I just think that the movie was just not really that great, in my opinion. I still think, like I said, I will debate on. I think the Man of Steel was great. I definitely do think the Christopher Reeve movies was far more better than any of the Superman movies I have ever seen. That's my opinion. That's what I definitely think. I'm not trying to step on anybody's shoes, but if I did, I do apologize. But I love DC Universe. But was this a savior base of DC? To me, so and so. Like I said before, I would personally watch the movie, and I would personally say judge the movie for yourself. That's my opinion. That's what I definitely do think. So yeah, anyways, that's my opinion. I know this video is kind of long, and those are faces to some of the other things and stuff like that. And uh, like I said, I'm just kind of disappointed. Let's just put it that way. I really am. Not the biggest fan based on this movie. I would basically say I'm not saying the movie's bad. I'm saying the movie's good, but to be honest with you, like I said, for 4 out of 10, that's just my opinion. That's what I have to think. Feel free to disagree with me or not. I mean, you're welcome to disagree with me. You're welcome to give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs up. Doesn't matter to me, but yeah. Anyway, since I know it's I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions based on the movies? You guys like it? Don't like it? You guys agree with some of the aspects as I said, or like what is you guys' opinions about the compared to based on the Superman new movie to the Man of Steel and to Christopher Reeve movies? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, anyway, since I know I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like it. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. Doesn't matter to me. And please leave your comments below. And please be open-minded about what the comments down below. And I'm not asking for respect or anything like that. But I ask you guys just please be open mind about your guys' thoughts based on the movie. If you guys have seen the movie or not. Or maybe that you should go watch it, but it's up to you guys if you really want to. But yeah, hey, what's this? I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember, I love you guys. Please stay and remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.